This is perhaps one of the best videos on how to clean out your arteries in your body, in the human body. I want you to pay very careful and close attention to what I'm about to tell you because it is basic and it is fundamental. It's really simple. I've said it on many occasions over the years that most things as it relates to our health that go wrong with us, human beings that is, most of the problems, most of the ailments that we encounter throughout our lives is the result of us doing something to our bodies that is not normal, not natural, or not doing to our bodies what should be done to and for our bodies. When you eat the wrong things, you are going to cause a condition in your body called inflammation. Your body doesn't recognize the things that you put in your body that are not akin to your body's true nature. And when you put the right things in your body, the things that do align with your body's true nature or biology, if you will, your body recognizes those things and it learns to, or it begins to assimilate, disperse, absorb, metabolize, utilize, and vitalize itself. It becomes better, stronger, vibrant, efficient. That's real simple to understand conceptually and theoretically for some. But unfortunately, we live in a capitalistic world. I did say world. We, most that are watching my video now, are from America. It all began here for us. Living in a capitalistic world, almost or virtually everything that we do or what we're involved in involves a price, money. It costs money. The foods that we purchase in our grocery stores here in present day, it's not all food. It's food like. We called it years ago when I was in earlier retail food stuff. How quaint. A simple or easy way to avoid saying food, even though we use that term, food, on a regular basis, under the presumption that what we're eating is nutritional and beneficial to us, when in fact it is not. This video is going to hopefully give you a little insight, if I have not already alluded to it in my ranting. It's going to give you some insight into the arteries. We don't need to have an in-depth scientific lesson on this. I'm not a scientist on paper, but I am someone who studies the world in which I live. I am someone who questions and who challenges things that other people and other institutions try to tell us or teach us or instruct us that is the truth, when it may indeed not necessarily be so. Now, on the arteries in our bodies, we know that our heart is responsible for pumping blood through or by way of the arteries. You have major arteries, you have veins, you have capillaries, and other systems that transport blood throughout the body, so that every vital organ, every living tissue can be enriched, can be oxygenated, so that it can continue to sustain our lives. Without oxygen in our system, you know the answer. We're going to die. Without proper nutrition in our system, you know we're going to die. God help us if we don't have both of those things functioning at their optimum level. Notice what I just said, optimum level. Anytime you put something in your body through, in this particular case, eating or ingestion, you should be putting those things that promote good health in your bodies. Now, we all know that that's not true in today's world. We eat some of everything. So, what does your body do? Don't forget that our bodies are intelligent. Intelligence does not just stem from the brain. Your body is intelligent. So much so, when you receive a cut on your hand, first thing it does is begin to scab up. It knows to protect the internal side of the of the body. So it knows to scab up. When you get hit in the eye accidentally with a baseball or anything else, or punched in the eye for that matter, what does your body do? It swells up in that particular area. It doesn't have to be the eye, it can be any part of the body that receives a blow. It swells up in that area. What's going on right there? Your body is saying, send some oxygenated blood to that area and let's start repairing that area. Does the impact from the blow hurt? Yes, that's pain. That lets us know that something happened that's not an ordinary thing. So your body's defense mechanism, right? Why do you blink your eyes? Can you guess why you blink your eyes? And it is a involuntary action. You don't think about blinking your eyes, you just automatically do. It is to prevent your eyes from staying open for prolonged periods of time, because the atmosphere that we are in has dust particles, mites, all kinds of dander and things that's always in the air. And your eyes, along with your eyelashes, working in tandem. They keep those things from inside your eye, from coming inside your eye and infecting your eye. And if peradventure something did enter into your eye, guess what? Your body masterfully creates tears to help to wash that out. Did you know that? It's just not crying because you're in pain, or crying because you lost a loved one, or crying because you missed your appointment, or crying because you lost your job, crying because someone cheated on you. That's another mechanism for your body to protect itself. Everything has a purpose. It was not by happenstance or accident we came to be who we are as human beings. Now, with all that said, let me say this. Since your arteries are supplying enriched blood, vitamins and nutrients and minerals and things like this, and even oxygen throughout the entire body by way of the heart pumping it, and then at some point all of the waste product from that is released, filtered through your kidneys and expelled out in your urine. There are other functions as well, but let's just stick here just for a moment and I'll be done. The topic is how to unclog your arteries. Now, someone, maybe I'm being nice to, in their finite wisdom, said maybe a year or so ago when I did a similar video, how do you even know that your arteries are clogged? If you read the context or look at the context of what I've said prior to right this moment, at 10 minutes and about 5 seconds into this video, if you go back and listen to everything that I said, you can really figure it out. But let me help you a little bit. The things that go into your body should be natural to your body. And your body will maintain its own homeostasis or balance. Anytime you put something in your body that's not supposed to be there, your body's going to do the opposite. It's going to fight against it. You're going to cause conditions and disease and various other types of maladies to occur because you have taken your body out of balance. And we're going to have oftentimes something that we call disease. Don't be fooled by that word. Break it in half. Dis means not. Ease. Your body's not at ease. So, what's causing your body to not be at ease? Real simple. The things that we put in it and on it, the things that it is exposed to include emotional distress. Okay? Now, did that sort of answer your question about why your arteries could be blocked? I'm sure you see it now. I hope you do anyway. So, how do you unclog your arteries? Now, this answer is going to be pretty much the same with most physical and or medical issues that you may have with your bodies, notwithstanding something that's pre-existing, something that you have no control over, that maybe you were born with. Okay? Most of us, this is for you. Stop putting things in your body that don't belong there. This is going to cut against the grain. I'm not trying to be politically correct. I'm just being straightforward. Stop smoking. Your body was not designed to inhale nicotine and all of the other components, all of the other ingredients in tobacco today. Your body was not designed to drink alcohol. Some might want to argue that point or issue. Go right ahead. It's okay, because there's a lot of people out there that like to drink. They like wine occasionally. They want to point out in the Bible that the Bible says that, wine is good for you, or Jesus drank wine. I've never read anywhere where he drank wine. But anyway, with that said, I'm saying again, if alcohol is good for you, why do we have people that are dying from cirrhosis of the liver as a result of drinking alcohol in excess? Why do we have people who have kidney disease and various other conditions as a result of drinking alcohol? Ask yourself that question. If it's supposed to be in this temple, in this body. Okay? Now, this subject could probably take a couple hours. We can have a forum. I would like to not say debate, because I don't believe in wasting my time debating something that's already factual, that's already proven to be true. Why do we have people who kill other folks by drinking and driving, who have been incarcerated for causing someone to die because they were drinking behind the steering wheel? Why? If alcohol is good for this, why do we have people who have killed themselves incidentally, accidentally, from drinking alcohol, walking off a building's ledge, thinking that they were Superman and climbing on top of a bridge, committing suicide, while their mind or brain was impaired? who have shot someone or stabbed someone while they were under the influence of alcohol, if alcohol is good for in here. So where do you draw the line, and how do you say, well, when is enough enough? Well, you see these warnings all of the time: drink responsibly. These people apparently didn't know what responsible was, and it continues to go on. But have you ever equated the fact that there is no law against alcohol because there's big money in it, in that industry? Billions and billions and billions of dollars annually from alcohol sales in this country and abroad. But it belongs in here, right? I've never seen anyone die from eating an orange. Never seen anyone overdose from eating green beans or apples or peaches or spinach or cabbage or beans. Never seen anyone die from that or beyond the influence of eating where they harm themselves or someone else. Now, I just mentioned a couple things. I mentioned smoking, and I mentioned consumption of alcohol, not to mention all of these other drugs, controlled substances, narcotics. Oh yeah, by the way, that includes marijuana. If you just had to know. Oh no, it calms me down. Marijuana has gotten people in trouble as well. But maybe we can save that topic for another video, if you would care to hear it. So now, food. Did you not know, and if you didn't know, that most of what we call food that we purchase from the grocery store is tainted? There are so many byproducts, so many chemicals and toxic material that's placed in our food supply, so many preservatives that are not natural to us, so many emulsifiers, chemicals that are put in there to retard, they say, spoilage, to slow it down from spoiling on the shelf, to preserve it so that it doesn't go bad in a couple days, so it stays in the grocery store long enough so that consumers, note the word consumer, so that consumers can purchase it. It has to stay in the store and on the shelf long enough. So they add some things to it to give it some staying power. There are some powers that be that don't like this. Don't want to say the word love. They don't like what I'm saying. Won't like what I'm saying, because what I'm saying goes against the grain, because it is the truth. But some people can't stand the truth, even though it's standing right in front of them, staring them right in the eye. They would rather hear a lie. They would rather accept a lie because it's a little bit more comfortable to them for some reason. But on the arteries, and I'm done. Anytime you consume things into this body, your body, that's not natural to your body, you develop all types of conditions within your body, to include your arteries, placation within the artery walls. For example, did you not know that if you don't consume enough vitamin C in your diet from day to day, which is a water-soluble vitamin, that the walls of your arteries begin to become fragile and break down? And when your body realizes that those walls are becoming fragile, and it's just vitamin C that I'm talking about right now in this instance, when your walls of your arteries become fragile and starts to crack and become weakened, Your body says, uh-oh, gotta send something there to patch those holes up now. And this is where cholesterol got its bad reputation from. You'll find cholesterol, and you'll find an influx, oftentimes, depending on where it's at, of calcium buildup in those areas. And that artery that's here begins to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, because the more you deprive your body of the nutrients that it needs, it becomes scarred on the side, on the inside, internally, particularly in the arteries. And at the same time, because it's a self-healing organism completely, it begins to send out soldiers to try to patch those broken places, if you will. But while it's patching those broken places, it's closing those arteries at the same time. And then you wonder why you have cramping in your extremities, severe cramping in your extremities. Extremities to mean your legs and your feet, your arms and your hands. You get headaches from time to time, sometimes on a very regular basis, depending on the severity of it. Or you get a pain in your chest periodically. Could it possibly be your body's trying to speak to you and tell you that you're doing something to it that you should stop doing? So I started and said that this is the best video on cleaning out your arteries. It really is, because it is. It's not that eloquent. As I've said before, I don't need bells and whistles. I don't need a team of women dancing behind me and balloons flying down from the ceiling to deliver a message. I just simply need the message. The whole point is that you get the message. Are you getting the message? So, how do you keep your arteries clean? Start eating things that are real food. Organic, and all that simply means is that it comes from the earth and it is alive. Because what? We are alive. When you start eating those things, your body recognizes those things and it metabolizes those things into your system, your various systems, and it utilizes them and it promotes longevity. We live longer. We live healthier and more vibrant lives. But the same is true, conversely, in a negative sense. When you're putting sugar, processed flour, chemicals and toxins that have been added to your food, when you put them in your body, when you're putting all of these beverages with these dyes and all of the caffeine, the excessive caffeine and the high fructose corn syrup and so on and so forth, when you're putting all of this in your body on a regular basis, from the morning to the evening when you go to bed, your body says, hey, wait a minute, time out, I give up, can't take it anymore. Next thing you know, you're having a heart attack, you're having a stroke, you're having lung issues, you're having stomach issues, gastrointestinal issues, bowel problems, constipation, Crohn's disease, diverticulitis, IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, leaky gut. You're having gout. You're having thyroid issues, pancreatic issues, issues all over the place, liver issues, kidney issues. And you're making the industries that take care of you, supposedly, allegedly, the hospital, the medical industry, you're making them very happy because they have customers. They have your medical insurance. to pay these outlandish bills. And God forbid you don't have any insurance. You're going to be stressed for the rest of your life because you have this weight, this burden of all of these bills on your shoulders. When all you had to do was just exercise some diligence, some temperance or self-control. I know it's hard. I'm a witness. It's difficult, but it's not impossible. Comprehend what I'm telling to you right now. What I'm telling you right now. Comprehend this, understand this thoroughly. It's not too late to get your act together. It's not too late to take control of your health, my health. It's not too late. All it takes is you making the decision to do it. It's that simple. There are people who say, I can't stop smoking. Hold that thought for a moment. You can't stop smoking, but you don't have a problem going to a convenience store, a tobacco shop, and buying them. I would like Marlboro Lights, please. 100s. You don't have a problem doing that. So the control that you have over yourself to ask for that product and to hand them money for that product in exchange for that product, why is it that you can't stop drinking that product or smoking that product or eating that product? You can. You just won't. And there are some people who say, well, you don't know what it is to have a habit since you've never smoked, or you don't know what it is to drink and it's a disease. Okay, is that your excuse that you choose to use? I know people who have cold turkey stopped drinking. Many. But it's controlling you. I know people who have stopped smoking just like that and never smoked again. So what's your excuse? I know people who have changed their diets just like that for the better. They've lost weight. They've lost a significant amount of weight, and they are on a regular regime or regimen, if you will, of exercise and diet. And they're not on a diet. Their diet happens to be a healthy diet. So, give you an example. Just a small example. We're all human. Even though we try to knock them out the ballpark all the time, our aspirations and dreams and goals. Sometimes as many hours as I put in when I get home, I get tired, exhausted. I fall asleep sitting in my bed sometimes, trying to do some work online, taking notes, planning for the next day, the next week, the next month, and so forth. And you know what? While I'm sitting there, more so than not, I'll push my work off to the side, I'll roll over on the floor, and I'll do my exercise before I go to sleep. It's not that I always feel like it or feel up to it, because sometimes I just don't want to do it because my body's saying you're tired. But when I can, I muster up the energy and or the strength, and I do it. So please don't say what you can't do. Oftentimes, it's because you really don't have a purpose in life. Do you have purpose today? And it's one of those purpose-driven things to take care of you so that you are here as long as you can possibly be here, and that you are as healthy as you can possibly be so that you are here for your family, your grandchildren, your children. It's too early to stop dreaming, ladies and gentlemen. It is. Even with the coronavirus epidemic, unemployment being high, they promised a stimulus check, a third one, and it's supposed to be coming out soon. Even with all of that, even with the stresses of life, people losing their jobs and businesses going out of business, brand new businesses and even already existing businesses as a result of our economy changing over the past year and a half to two. It's too early to give up, to throw the towel in. Think about today and think about tomorrow. Okay? That was really all I had to say. But I want you to know this as it relates to your arteries again. How do you know, the one person asked the question again, that your arteries are clogged? Well, you make an assessment of what it is that you eat from day to day that's not real, then you can presume that they are clogged. The question is, to what degree? And how long will it be before you end up having a stroke or a heart attack? And the answer or the remedy to that situation is stop putting those things in your body that are not real and not accepted by your body, and start consuming those things that your body does recognize that come from nature, as we all are nature. That was it, and that was all. May Yahweh bless you and keep you. He loves you, and I love you. I welcome your comments in the comment section below. If you would like to donate to my channel and to my business that's been affected by COVID-19, I've already said that in time past. For those that don't know, you'll find my donation information beneath this video as well. My PayPal and my Cash App, and even my fundraiser that's on GoFundMe. I'm not begging you for anything. You've never heard me do that. All I did or done was ask for support, as I would support or help support anyone else. Okay, so long.